So while I'm waiting for Marshall Travis to actually activate, um, this is the second part of about the kids that went to England or wherever they went. They was American and committed a murder of a police officer who was undercover. I went off track on the other video, so I had to make a second video to catch up with what I was initially trying to say. And in the other video, I talked about statutory rape. I talked about speeding. I talked about the things that I've tried to avoid when I went to Canada. And the reason I brought that up was because I got off track, but the reason I brought that up for real was the fact that these young men went to another country to do drugs, and they wound up killing the drug dealer who was an undercover cop. Now, I don't have the full story. I'm still waiting for the whole gambit of that to just play out. But the whole point of my original video was to tell you to not go to foreign countries and do shit that you shouldn't do because you are a guest in these people's place. You don't own anything in a foreign country if you're not visiting relatives that are from there that live there. And if you are, shame on your relatives for not giving you the 411 on what you should do and don't do. And in fact, I will make another video about the things you shouldn't do, no matter where you are in the world. And it's my personal opinion on it. But this to continuation, I want to tell you, when you go into a foreign country, it would help a whole lot to know as much about that place you're going as possible. It would also help for you to know their language. It would also help for you to know please, thank you, and I'm sorry. Those are three words that I'm never going into a foreign country that doesn't speak English without knowing those words. Please, thank you, I'm sorry. And the fourth one, the most important of all, is where's the bathroom? So that way I can always wash my ass. But these young men went to this country. I don't know what country it is. I knew it, but I forgot it by the time I started both videos. The whole point is that they killed a police officer. The police officer has gotten accommodations and everything in this death. And these young men, these young American men, did possibly the dumbest damn thing they could ever possibly do was go to another country and get in trouble. Now, throughout the last 4 or 5 years, young American kids have gone to foreign countries and have been getting into all kinds of shit. We've seen it in China, we've seen it in Korea, we've seen it in this country now, and we've seen it in a couple of other countries where young Americans have gone somewhere and have stumbled into some shit. We can't keep stumbling into shit. We have to know that when we go visit foreign countries, there is a chance that we could fuck up. That's why every country in the world has an amnesty there. Excuse me, not an amnesty, an embassy. They have an embassy there with their country's representatives in there to get us out of trouble. Outside of murder, when you go to foreign countries, the embassies can help you on anything outside of murder. I'm pretty sure that when you commit murder in some other country, your goose is cooked. It's just that simple. Your goose is cooked. I'm pretty sure even if it was like an accidental murder, your goose is still cooked. And there's two things that I suggested everybody first get ready. First get ready because the CF that's going to happen with these two young American kids going to a foreign country and committing a crime. And not just one crime, but two crimes. But I don't know if their drugs laws are enforced in that country. But I do know that you kill a cop anywhere, you up shit creek. And accidental or not, you killed a cop. Even though he's undercover, he's still a cop. And you were committing a crime of doing drugs or buying drugs or doing something that you should not have been doing. Now, I'm sorry for their families, but we as Americans need to know quite a few things before we leave our own country. We need to know how their laws work. We do. Didn't you guys see the movie Broke Down Palaces, where the girls got screwed over for drugs and one of them took the heat so the other one could get out and all that shit? These are movies like these are not just entertainment. These things do happen, and this is why you need to take these as cautionary tales. To the young kid who went to UVA, his family are still grieving and suffering because he went to North Korea. He took a poster. He got a year for a fucking poster of hard labor, and he died. And then the whole Amanda Knox thing, and then the kid from Singapore who smashed up a whole neighborhood of cars and shit and thought that because his parents had diplomatic immunity, he had diplomatic immunity, and they Singapore canked the shit out of his ass, which he deserved. These two young men killed a law enforcement officer. Though the law enforcement officer was doing his job, he died in the line of duty. These two young men could have found a different outlet or a different way of going about their life instead of ending the life of an officer. Now, from what they said on the news, the officer did identify himself, and that's when shit went wrong, and they killed the guy. You know, I'm going to end this video because I want to make another video, but I'm going to end this video on this, and I hope everybody's watching take note. I don't give a damn if your grandma is from China, and China's going through some shit right now, and you go visit China and your grandma, stay in the house. Don't go on any tours. Don't go anywhere that's going to get you in trouble. If your grandmother doesn't go with you, keep your ass at the house. Because that's the safest place you can be until it's time for you to jump on a plane and take your 15-hour trip back over here to America. Now, that goes for every country. China, Japan, Korea, wherever the hell you're going to visit, whoever the hell you're going to visit. You don't want to go somewhere and get into some shit. You know? Now, I can speak for Canada because I've been there. I didn't get a speeding ticket. I didn't get arrested for statutory rape. And the last time I went, somebody killed somebody on a bus with Wendigo psychosis. But they were in Montreal. I wasn't in Montreal. But I want to go to Montreal. Heard it was good there. But the whole concept of getting in trouble in a foreign country happens. And we need to be aware of that. So my next video that I'm going to make will be about the do's and don'ts in foreign countries. The things you need to know. I'm James Williams, Comfort Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.